Hi, this is Wayne Johnson with Anglers Habitat here in Caldwell, Idaho. You can find us at www.anglershabitat.com. And if you want to talk to us, you can call us at 208-454-8188. I have a special guest with us here, Mike Atwell of Simms and Buck's Bags. And
this guy's a joker. Buck's Bags, that's right.
Buck's Bags. I had to mention that because Dave Klein of Buck's Bags is watching us and critiquing this video, so we want to just put a little plug in for him. We're going to talk about something that's really exciting here at Anglers Habitat and in the fly fishing community and with Sage. It's the new rod that Sage has come out with. So I asked Mike, since he's here visiting and we're going to go fishing here shortly, if he would just take a little bit of his valuable time to spend with us to talk about this rod and what it means to fly fishing and how it's made and why it's going to be so magical and everything else. So Mike, without any further ado, what do you got in your hands?
Well,
by the way, this is top secret, so
I'm telling you. Top secret. Well, before I unveil the goods, I want to say thanks for letting me be here with you and have this opportunity to talk about something that's really super.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, and of course, the icing on the cake today is when we actually go fishing.
Yes, and I even get to use it. Mike said I get to use that rod, so I'm excited about that.
Believe it or not, folks, we do fish. We don't work all the time. But hey, I just want to talk a little bit about this new product that I think is one of the most innovative products that I've seen in my 20-plus years as a Sage wrap. Basically, we spent the last 35 years trying to perfect performance, to try to make the product better, try to make the product lighter, more durable, higher performance values. And to really talk about this product, I'd like to back up to Don Green and Jim Green days at Fenwick when they developed the first high modulus fly rod. And it was the first rod made out of graphite, which was a very innovative material because prior to that everything was fiberglass, and before that it was wood.
Wood, heavy wood.
And basically Don and Jim, both Don, the co-founder of Sage with Bruce Kirshner, came up with this material that he got from Boeing in Seattle, and actually the material Boeing was using was for, skeletal structures in airplanes and such. So we were, the fly rods were kind of a byproduct of that. But anyway, he made the first high modulus graphite rod, and our first generation graphite rod at Sage was built soon after. And basically we were working on about a 30 million modulus at that time in Graphite 1. And million modulus, basically, to the folks out there, the higher the modulus, the lighter and stiffer the fibers. So the more you can accomplish with less weight.
Right.
Of course, there's some liability that goes along with that in terms of breakage and whatnot. But we'll move along as we went through the different moduluses of graphite. Generation 1 was 30 million modulus. Generation 2 was 42 million modulus. One of our competitors called it IM6.
Don't know who that is.
I wouldn't know who that would be. Actually, though, actually a good friend of mine works for that competitor and designs rods and great rods. And Steve Rajeff, who was we spoke yesterday, the original Sage rep in this territory. Moving on to graphite. Graphite 3, 50 million modulus. Actually pushed it up to 57 million modulus with an enhanced resin system, 57E. Graphite 4, the SP, remember that? SPO.
Still a very popular rod.
60 million modulus graphite.
I didn't know that.
64, actually. And when we got to that high modulus, we actually had to come up with a proprietary resin system to support that. Because graphite is basically carbon, and it hates compression. It'll stretch, but it won't compress. So what we did there is come out with a unilateral scrim system, which basically eliminated the bilateral fibers. So it was fiberglass. Having a bilateral traditional scrim system, we were able to put all those scrim fibers running one direction, and we wrapped it around the blank. It was the same as a scrim system that we would have, but having those bilateral or unilateral fibers. And what that did is it supported all of the graphite, because when graphite bends and compresses, it breaks under the bottom. That's where it you know, at the top, you know, you have a tension, and then you've got a compression. It stretches on the top and compresses on the bottom. So having more fibers to support that compression zone enabled us to use a higher modulus of graphite. But you know, that rod was a little bit different because that scrim system was heavy, because it was glass. So the SP was a little bit of a medium fast action instead of fast, because that lower modulus fiberglass slowed the action down. Even though we're using a 64 million modulus, the action was slowed down because we're using the glass scrim. Moving into the Z-axis category, and we went into the XP, and then the Z-axis. The Z-axis was the first rod that we actually used a
graphite scrim.
A graphite scrim, and we did it in a hoop core. So, and we actually, everybody's like, well, where's graphite 5? Well, too high a modulus. I mean, we really reached the point of diminishing returns. So what we had to do is go to school on the graphite, or go to school on our Z-axis, and maybe even use different graphites and blend them and use what we call a modulus positioning system along with the different scrim system. So anyway, the modulus positioning system is where we use multiple modulus layups per section. Rather than back in graphite 1, graphite 2, graphite 3, even graphite 4, we use the same graphite throughout each section of the rod. Now we're using different graphites per section and different layups in a modulus positioning system within each section. So now you could have graphite, 7 or 8 in the butt driver of a rod. It might have a wrap of 3 or 4 on top of it, or even 2 to give it, strength.
Right.
So in this whole process of blending, these graphites, which is G5 technology, in that whole process, we're just trying to achieve a lighter, more durable, higher performing product.
Right.
Okay, by using that. Now back to the scrim system, AFT, or the scrim system, aligned fiber technology. Rather than rolling out your graphite, rolling out your scrim, the scrim system is rolled out as 100% graphite. And they're unilateral fibers, just like our DuraScrim in the SP.
Is it built into the graphite, or is it actually 2 different layers?
It's 2 different layers.
Okay.
So your hoop core is 1 layer. It all becomes one with the resin system.
Right.
When it goes into the oven for 2.5 hours for 350 degrees with the shrink tape, it all becomes one in the end after we bake the cake. But on the table, the hoop core comes out as and the unilateral fibers come out as one sheet of impregnated graphite. Now the interesting part about that, though, is you've got those fibers that are running, let's say, east and west, okay, on the hoop core. Then you've got your power fibers north and south on top of that.
I see.
And so that's the G5 technology, is laying those power fibers on top, those unilateral power fibers on top, okay, and then the hoop core gives it strength. Okay, that was the first fiberglass scrim. Or excuse me, backing up. That was the first graphite.
Graphite scrim. Okay,
I get excited about this.
I notice you're excited. In fact, this is really nice. This is like Graphite 101. I've learned something here, and we've been building rods here for 27 years, and I didn't know some of these things. So it's great to have Mike here and Professor Mike. So. Okay, so that all brings us to...
It brings us to
what we have today.
Kinetic technology.
Kinetic technology. Now, one thing I noticed, you mentioned aircraft, and I think aircraft, high technology, stealthiness, and that tube just looks stealthy.
It is.
It is. Lighter tube, lighter rod.
And smaller in diameter, believe it or not, this is a 5-weight. Yeah. We've actually taken weight out of the reel seat. We've taken... On the blank, 25% of the weight out in comparison to the Z-axis. This is 25% lighter. The rod tube is lighter, smaller.
Yeah.
The whole package is smaller. And through kinetic technology, that's how we were able to do that. And let me explain, kinetic technology is basically, is made up of two words: connection,
Mm-hmm.
your hand to the fly rod, and kinetic with an I, pertaining to motion. Okay, so this is an extension of your arm. Okay, again, what we've done in kinetic technology, if we've taken G5 technology to the next level.
Nice.
And how we've done this is we used an advanced modulus positioning system and also a high compression molding system. So what we're able to do there is take those fibers, those power fibers and those core fibers, and make them denser. Okay. The amazing thing too, again, is we've taken 25% of the weight out of the rod, and if you go to the hoop core system is 50% lighter.
Wow.
So we're really taking a lot of weight out of the rod, but we've added durability by 12%. Okay, and
when you mentioned durability, you're talking about breakage.
Yeah,
Great.
12%.
That's a nice benefit.
The durability is up 12%, and also by using hoop core, the hoop core in this rod has a performance value that's 8 times higher than graphite. So basically, what's holding this rod together isn't along for the ride just to hold it together, a low modulus material that doesn't perform. The actual material itself, pound per pound, is 17 to 18% lighter.
Wow.
And it performs 8 times more than glass.
Wow.
So this is kinetic technology. This is where we're moving. We're refining. We're passionate about perfecting performance. This has been a 35-year journey at Sage. Yeah. And so this is exciting. Let's pull it out. You want
pull it out?
You want to do the honors?
Right here, let's get a look at the two. We got the Stealth Black. One thing I do like, I love the logo. I think that's classy. It does stand off like the old TCR does and the TCX. And of course, it's a beautiful jet black. So I got to cast this rod yesterday, and what amazes me is that personally, I have a difficult time controlling a faster rod and making it accurate. And what's nice about this rod, it's accurate, it's fast, and it has an incredible amount of power. And so in the short cast, I was able to hit exactly where I wanted to hit. And the distance, I was able to get the distance that I wanted. So that's amazing. I should take it out one step at a time. Here it is, folks. You have a modified full wells grip, which I like. I always wonder where to put my thumb. Now you know where to put your thumb. Looks like Struble has modified their reel seat that they put on there. It looks sort of like a darkened U20 with a modified hood, and it's more of like a bronze color. It looks very nice.
Bronze and walnut. This is actually the sticker from Rio line.
This is kind of the demo rod for Mike. In fact, he's had it right at a week. Now,
it's the 1-1 that I have.
The 1-1. This is the Sage 1, by the way. Now, one thing, Mike. What color do they call this again?
This is ice black.
Ice black. There we go.
Or black ice.
Black ice. Black ice. We're still new at this. And it's trimmed in, it looks like a Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke and another black.
Very nice.
And also, we kind of taken the black theme even into the silk screening of the product and just making it subtle.
That is sexy. That is
did
sexy.
you say sexy?
I did. And that's as far as we're going to go with that, so we do not have to modify this little video because Dave Klein's over there just biting at the bit to go fishing with us. So we're going to get this and take a look at it real quick. And we're actually going to cast it right here in the cabin. No, not really. But anyway, we're just going to put it together real quick and show you. And there we go. It's all put together here. And this thing weighs, by the way, I just could not believe it. Let me see here. 2 3/4 ounces. This is a 9'5" weight. And folks, this is not only a gorgeous rod, which one thing I like about Sage is not only do they make a high performance product, but they make a good looking product, something that looks like it's worth the money that it costs. Now, we're not going to talk money right now because we just want you to know that you're getting a good product for the price. So there it is.
All right. And this rod, with the new technology, it just tracks. Did you notice that so smoothly?
Definitely.
No torsional, lateral movement in your stroke. Very, very efficient. Very, very easy to cast long distances of line. It's a beauty. I mean, I tell you, in all the years I've worked for Sage, this is the most special product that I've seen come to market. And kudos to Jerry Seen. He's a heck of a rod designer, and our engineers and the materials that they've worked with in their little Skunk Works labs. It's amazing to go there and watch them break rods all day long. But this is really, really something special, and I think it's something that we need in this industry for something to be this high performance, and it costs money. You're going to pay a lot less in the long run for the bass, but this is special, and people will see that it's worth it. It's been a long time coming. Bringing these rods to market. I think our XP had a 7-year run, and then we replaced it with the Z-Axis, and we had I'm going to say about a 5 or 6-year run. Hopefully we'll get as many years plus out of this one. A very special product, and I tell you what, I can't wait to go use this.
Yeah, I was able to cast at 150 feet yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah.
150
Just
feet.
kidding, folks. I was limited because we had an obstruction, so I couldn't get quite the 150 feet. But what I was amazed is not only the distance, but the accuracy at that distance. Like you said, it tracks just straight forward, and when the rod is flexed, it doesn't flex to the right or left, it flexes right there. And that's the difference you can really tell between a quality rod and a rod that's substandard. So this is it, folks. If you have any questions about this rod or any other rods from Sage, I'll give you Mike's personal cell phone number. And if that is busy, you can call us here at Anglers Habitat at 208-454-8188. Mike, is there anything you want to add or anything?
What can I say? This is the one.
This is the one. No pun intended, but this is the Sage One. It is top secret. Don't tell anybody else when you see this video. And that's it. I think we're going to go fishing and go try this thing on the water. And you can drool as I'm fishing. So thank you very much for attending, Mike. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Wayne.
Yes, sir. And if you've got any questions, call us here at 208-454-8188. And we'll be glad to help you as much as we can.